I thought it was just the flu, but it nearly killed me. Hi, Scene TV. I'm going to tell you what nearly ended my life and how I survived it. I started throwing up everything I ate, like I had the stomach flu, and I was also just ending my period too. I had a fever. I had a rash everywhere.
So Ciara went from, a high fever of 104, almost 105 degrees Fahrenheit. She had a rash all over her body that looked like she had just been sunburned, like the worst sunburn you'd ever seen.
And it did hurt too. We went to the ER. They ran a lot of tests.
Her kidneys started failing, her lungs started failing, her blood pressure was dropping really low. And because she was starting to have trouble breathing on her own, they put her on a CPAP machine. They got to a crucial point where they said she needs to be placed on the ventilator. Ciara was diagnosed with toxic shock syndrome. The doctor made a split-second decision in an ice storm to see if they could get a life flight out for her from Fargo to Minneapolis. It was a difficult flight and a difficult drive. Ciara was in the helicopter. I wasn't able to be there with her, but they had to handbag her with an airbag all the way down to Minneapolis so she could be placed on an ECMO machine, which essentially pumps all of her blood through the machine, reoxygenates it for her, and then puts it back into her system so that her body can then pump it through the rest of her. And that's what saved her life. There was a good 2.5 weeks after she came out of sedation where I was watching my once vibrant, boisterous, laughing, singing, loving girl reduced to just being hooked up to a bunch of machines. I just kept having hope in some way, shape, or form. I stayed in the hospital with her every night. Ciara was diagnosed with toxic shock syndrome. At the end of the day, they still don't know exactly what caused it. It's commonly caused for young women with the use of tampons or other menstrual products. They weren't ever able to say that that's what the cause was, but either way, there was a foreign bacteria that got into her blood system that caused her whole body to shut down. Unfortunately, it did cause some complications. She ended up having a blood spot that they found on her front lobe of her brain on the left-hand side. The blood on her brain caused seizures, and very serious ones at that. I mean, she had to learn to walk again, talk again, feed herself, wash herself, brush her teeth.
I don't know if that was how it's like being dead or close to near death, but that's kind of how it was like for me. The hardest part of my recovery process, probably getting my strength back.
Some nonprofit organizations stepped in to help us out. We never went without a worry when it came to paying rent and coming home and not being behind on bills, because there were people that were very generous. I'm a single mom trying to make sure I work 2 jobs as it is, so not having to worry about that was probably the greatest blessing that anyone could have given me at that time. I'm very thankful for everybody that thought of us in that way.
We are seen, are you?